Hi, I just come here to discuss something, right? So, we know it's the holidays, like the company holiday parties are coming up or whatever, right? My coworker makes this like underhanded like comment at me, trying to slight me. Oh yeah, well we know you're not coming to the holiday party, or you're either gonna come and then you're gonna do your Irish goodbye. I love a fucking Irish goodbye. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm going in a motherfucking house. I'm not obligated to be out here with you people. I see y'all at work. Anyway, why does it start off as these people at work wanting to be your friend, and then when they figure out like you don't want to be friends with them and you don't want to do certain things, then all of a sudden they deem you as an enemy? What is that all about? And I've seen this happen time and time again. It's happened in 3 separate entities with 3 co-workers of mine, right? The first time that ever happened, I was a fresh little baby out of undergrad, and my first job was working as a lab tech. I got trained by this lady. Her name was Pearl. Pearl is a 40-year-old white woman with a black husband that sits at home and does nothing. I don't know. Pearl's always working a double, so obviously she's angry. She's upset, right? She trained me on second shift. We worked from 2 to 11:30 p.m. right? And then she would stay and work another shift until 7 a.m. because I don't know what her husband's at home doing. But anyway, she trained me. She was so nice and pleasant. She would always try to ask me like personal details about my life, and I would lie to her. I mean, like I would answer her questions, but they would be lies, because I just really don't care to share personal details at work, right? Unless I really know you. So after the training period was over, now it turned into, you know, she thinks that she's my boss and she's my manager. So now she wants to tell me what station I'm going to be working at work and what to do and how to do it. And she's double checking me and things like that. Once I told her that I didn't need assistance in those areas, now she's upset because she figures out like, you know, okay, she's not easily impressionable and I can't boss her around and bully her, right? So now she's deemed herself as my enemy. She'll say little things to me to try to get under my skin and want to get a reaction out of me. And things like that. The first time that she did this, I came into work one day. I had on a pair of waterproof UGG boots, right? She's like, oh, I like your boots. I'm like, thanks. She's like, oh, where'd you get them from? Well, the back of the boot says UGG, so you take a wild guess quickly. Then she says, oh, would you have to pay like $1,000 for now? I'm like, no, they was probably like $200. She's like, oh, because I was going to say you probably had to take out a loan for those boots. I said, well, actually, I've never taken out a loan for anything in my life. She says, well, that's not true. Then you go to college, then you go to Temple. I said, yeah, my mom paid for that out of my 529, my college fund. So I graduated debt free, bitch. Anything else? Another time my coworker comes in, he's like, oh, it's dead in here, we need some entertainment. She looks at him, she looks at me, she says, oh, you want to see some entertainment? Me and her can fight. Now, for reference, Pearl is 6'1", 325 pounds. I'm 5'4", 160 pounds. I was never going to fight you. Bitch, we get off at 11:30. I got something in that car that will make you do the hokey pokey, turn yourself around and sit the fuck down. Okay? Do you understand me? I was never going to fight you. Next time it happened was with Amir. Amir's younger than me. He's an Indian guy, right? He has a master's degree at this time. Then I have a master's degree, right? But I got hired two positions above him because I have more experience in clinical research than he does, right? So it starts out with him flirting with me and everything like that. I kindly declined and told him, like, you know, like, I'm not interested. I'm just here to do work or whatever. Then he tries to follow me on Facebook and Snapchat. I decline. He comes to me, like, this man really had the gall and the audacity to come to me and say, yeah, I was trying to find you. I tried to send you a request. You denied it. Yeah, I know. And then I blocked you. Go about my business. Right? So then he decides that, okay, well, she don't want to be my romantic love interest at work, so now what? Again, she's my enemy, right? So he's doing little things where he's trying to tattletale on me to the manager to make it seem like I'm not coming to work or I'm not doing my job, right? We had a patient at 9:30. He's calling me at 6:30 in the morning. Mind you, I'm supposed to be to work at 8. So in the event that the patient is coming at 9:30, I still have an hour and a half to prep a consent form for a patient, right? He's calling me at 6:30 in the morning, 3 hours before the patient is supposed to be there. Patient probably not even fuck up for the procedure, right? He's calling me like, are you on your way? Are you on your way? I'm not answering because I'm not available at that time, right? He then texts the manager and is like, she's not answering me. The manager's texting me. I don't give a fuck who's texting that motherfucking phone. My work day starts at 8. So at 8 o'clock, I text her back, hey, everything okay? She's like, oh, are you going to help him? He's saying you weren't answering the phone. Yeah, because he's calling me at 6:30 in the fucking morning. I'm not available at that time. Next caller. So then it turned into him stealing my intellectual property, right? There's a process. Process is extra long. I cut the time in half, streamline the process or whatever. I teach him how to do it or whatever. He goes to the manager and shows the manager basically presenting this as his own idea, right? 2 to 3 weeks later or whatever, we're sitting there having a weekly meeting with the manager. She's like, oh, I really like how you streamline this process, Amir. I said, oh, did you? You did that? He said, yeah. So I said, okay, well, explain to me the process of how you developed this and you cut this in half and all of this. He can't answer the questions. I said, because that's quite funny. It sounds like the process that I taught you 2 to 3 weeks ago. She said, oh, you actually did that? Yes, actually I did. Another time we collaborated on a paper. He's like, oh yeah, just send me your portion. I'm going to put it together and I'll submit it. I said, okay. He submits the paper. He doesn't put my name on it. Okay, so now you're stealing my intellectual property. That's a problem for me. I just really don't understand why people are not comfortable with you declining to wanting to interact with them on a certain level. I am not obligated to, one, give you access to me or share personal details about my life with you, or three, be involved with you romantically. I'm here to do my job. I got hired to do a job, and I'm pretty damn good at my job. I work efficiently. I'm intelligent. I'm smart. I'm confident. And I think that people really can't take that, because you add on top of all of that other stuff that I'm fucking black and I'm young. And people can't, for the life of them, come to terms with the fact that, how the fuck is she working the same job as me? She's half my fucking age. Or, you know, she don't have the accolades or whatever that I have. Why do y'all want to play the comparison game? What's for me is for me. You can't compare yourself to me, because I'm not comparing myself to you. I don't want what you have. I want what's for me. Right? You feel me? I don't get that. But the first coworker that tried to make like that underhand comment, we're literally on a Teams meeting. So you're trying to create this narrative of like, you know, like, oh yeah, she's not for Teams, she's not for networking, she doesn't want to be outside with us, or... And everybody just clicked off. And then it's just like, everybody's looking at you like you're a weirdo. Because I do be there. I just don't stay for long. Because unlike you people, I know when to leave. A lot of motherfuckers don't know when to leave, and then they take advantage of that open bar. But y'all can take advantage of that open bar because you're like this. I'm like this. But then y'all end up in HR and all of that stuff, and everybody got to play Captain Save-A-Ho when it comes to y'all, because y'all done had too much at the open bar. I don't do that. I don't do that. I have bills to pay. I don't want to interact a certain way outside of work. Goodbye.
Yo, it's your boy Schoolie. Welcome back to another episode of NBA's TV, Natural Born Hustlers TV. And today we talking about work weirdos. Y'all heard me? We talking about work weirdos. And to be honest, it's a lot of work weirdos out there. You know what I'm saying? People don't know how to watch their mouth. They want to say weird shit and try to act like, oh, that's just me. No, you gotta watch it, man. I don't really like people who try to put their personality at work and try to be cool and try to do little things to try you, because people will try to try you in a very professional way, and you would have to, sometimes you just got to treat their ass back in a very professional way, because it's like, I'm not the one. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times people, they'll see you and they'll make their self-judgment. They'll be like, okay, well, this is how that person is. Just like how that lady told her, talking about some, yeah, I know you took out a loan for them. Took out a loan for some shoes, man. You act like this a goddamn Ferrari, a car, anything. Like, I hate people who try to talk over your head. And it's like, you ain't got to try to talk over my head. I understand exactly what you saying. Compete. So now I'm finna get on that too. Now I'm finna start talking that smart over your head shit. And I really hate when jobs come like that and things start happening like that, because it's like, we both here to make money. Let's not make it weird, you know? And a lot of times people make work weird, and it's like, we could just be cool. We can get along, order lunch. And if you cool and we build that relationship, then maybe we can have a relationship somewhere outside of work. I don't like when people try to force relationships, especially in a work environment. Why you want to be my friend so bad, you know? It gets kind of weird, and I definitely understand where it's like females in the workplace, because these dudes, some of them don't know how to be told no, or they don't know how to read body language, don't know how to read the room. They just been so spoiled, and especially in these uppity college jobs, they never really been told no. Like, that's not right. They think it's cool, so you do have to go about it protecting yourself. Like she said, the dude looked up on Facebook, like not on LinkedIn, Facebook, because I'm pretty sure whatever job she working, it's a LinkedIn worthy job. Now, if you add a person on LinkedIn, cool, that's like the professional Facebook, if I may say so myself. But if you add a person on that, but Facebook and Twitter, you just trying to dig deep and try to really see who I am. And a lot of times people use it against you. So let me know in the comments, what y'all think. Do y'all think people need to do better and they should have stricter guidelines, or maybe even give out orientation videos to where I done went to jobs and they do say, like, don't be a fucking weirdo and don't do creepy shit and sexual harassment. A lot of that stuff do be SA and SH, and it just be weird. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section. It's your boy Schoolie. If you here, new here, what's up, hustler? If you're returning, what's up, hustler? If you new here, man, make sure you like, share, subscribe. And even if you don't do all three of those things, just make sure you subscribe, stay tuned. See you soon, man. I'm out. Let's go.